Hi students, welcome to today's lecture on Python programming. So today we'll be discussing about a fundamental topic related to the Python programming language because most of the operations in Python or any programming language deals with number systems. So we should understand how these numbers are represented in computer's memory. So today we will discuss about the basics of the available number systems to any programming language and how they are represented in computer's memory, how one number system is converted into another number system, and so on. Okay, maybe you had this knowledge of number systems and their conversions in first year, first sem itself, while learning the first unit of PPSUC. Assume this as a revision topic of PPSUC. Okay, so because you had this knowledge, listen again so that you will get more clarity about the number systems and then how they are represented in memory. Okay, so let us start with the topic. We all know that mm, there are four number systems available for usage in mathematics and for computers purpose also. The general number system which is used for the humans is the decimal number system. So this is what we use for representing the numbers in general. Okay, so whenever we try to perform arithmetic operations while writing the programs or whatever we do, we use this decimal number system. Okay, this system also called as the base 10 number system with respect to the base of the corresponding number system. Okay, the base of a particular number system specifies the number of digits used in that particular number system. For example, base 10 means that there will be 10 digits used. So that is the reason why we make up any number with the help of these 10 digits, starting at 0, ending with 9. Any number can be constructed by using only these 10 digits. Because 10 digits are available, this number system is called as base 10 number system or decimal number system. Okay, both represent the same number system. Similarly, we know that the information is represented by the computer using this binary number system, which contains only two digits, that is either 0 or 1. Every number in this binary number system is represented with these two digits only. When we say these two digits are valid digits, it means that other digits cannot be used in that particular number system. Therefore, in binary number system, usage of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is invalid. Whatever number you want to construct, it should be done with these two digits only. So you should know how the decimal number, which is generally used by the humans, is represented by this binary number system, how the decimal numbers are converted into binary numbers, and again from binary number system to decimal number system, how it is getting converted. You should understand this process of conversions between number systems also. In addition to these two number systems, there are two more number systems that we should understand. One is octal number system, which has a base 8. That means the number of digits in this octal number system is 0 to 7. Okay, 0 to 7 only. So this octal number system will not contain the digits 8 and 9. Okay, there are no 8 and 9 in this octal number system. Only these digits are valid in the octal number system. Similarly, there is another number system available, hexadecimal with base 16. Okay, so this will contain all the digits from 0 to 9 and also from 11 to 15. Okay, 10 to 15 These are represented with the help of alphabets. Okay, generally capital letters are used, starting at capital A representing the number 10 and ending with B, C, D, E, F. This is going to be F, the 6 digits. Okay, the remaining digits are represented using A to F, right? So overall, 10 digits and 6 characters, alphabets makes up together makes up base 16. Total number of digits that we are going to use is 16. Okay, so these are the 4 number systems available. One is decimal number system, 2 is binary number system, 3 is octal number system, and 4 is hexadecimal number system. Now we will focus on how the numbers are represented in each of these number systems and how one number system is converted into another number system with the help of examples today. Okay, so before that, we should understand a basic concept about how these notations are used. To specify that a particular number is in decimal number system, we should say this 415 to the base 10. This is important. This specifies that number 415 is in decimal number system. Okay. Similarly, to represent this 415 in binary notation, we will use the bits 0s and 1, a sequence of bits, followed by the base represented as 2. Similarly, 415 in octal notation is represented as 637 of base 8. Then 415 in decimal notation is represented as 415 in base 10. Okay. And finally, 415 in hexadecimal notation is represented as 19F base 16. So we should understand how they are actually represented in a particular number system. So what you need to understand is, in any number system, the digits used in the corresponding number system are always counted from 0 to n minus 1. That means if n is the system's base, then that particular number system will contain the digits from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so it depends on the base. If the base is 8, then the digits are going to be 0 to 7. If the base is 10, then the digits are going to be 0 to 9. If the base is 2, then the digits are going to be 0 to 1 only. Okay. If the base is 16, then the digits are going to be 0 to 15. Because we cannot represent 10 to 15 as digits, we will use alphabetical characters A to F. Okay. So that is another point you need to remember. The next thing is what is meant by the positional system for representing the numbers. So this is a simple, a basic topic you need to understand. The positional system is containing the positional values of the corresponding base exponentiated to the number of digits in the corresponding number given. Okay, so to understand this, for example, assume that we have a number in decimal number system. Assume it as 415 of base 10. Okay, so 415 of base 10 is in decimal number system, and if you calculate the positional values of this, you should get the equivalent value in decimal number system, that is to the base 10. How it is actually calculated? Starting at the leftmost digit, because how many digits are there in this number? 3 digits are there. Total number of digits is 3. So we need to start at 10 power n minus 1, that is 10 square here. 3 digits are available. So the leftmost digit is multiplied with 10 square. Okay, 10 is the base. This is the base. And to the power 2 is the starting value, because the number of digits is 3. 3 minus 1 you have to start. Okay, and then second digit is 1 into 10 to the power of 1. Again, it is reduced. Here it is 2, now it is 1. and it continues like that until it reaches 0. Okay, third digit is 5 into 10 to the power of 0. It decreases like that. So if you calculate this value, 4 into 10 square is 400, plus 1 into 10 to the power of 1 is 10, 5 into 10 to the power of 0 is 5, since 10 to the power of 0 is 1, right? So this makes up the value 415 in decimal number system. So that is how we calculate the actual value represented by a particular number in a particular number system. Okay, so because it is decimal number system, anyhow, uh, the value represented by the number is also same. Okay, so you will understand this difference when you come across the other number systems later. Okay, so but before that, please remember this, read this particular sentence. For an n digit number, the positions are numbered from n minus 1 down towards 0, starting with the leftmost digit and moving towards the right. So that is what we did. Because there are 3 digits, we started with 10 square and moving towards 10 power 0, multiplying each of these exponents with the corresponding digit at that position. Okay, so read this out for 2-3 times so that you will understand how it is calculated. Now, with the fundamentals we learned till now, let us start the conversion process. How do we convert a binary number into decimal number? Okay, so the decimal number is represented as base 10, binary number is represented as base 2. Okay, so what we do to convert a binary number into decimal number is to convert any given number system into a decimal. What we need to take is we need to take out the positional values starting from the leftmost, okay, and multiplying each of them with uh, the base to the power of exponent, right? So I will explain this with the help of an example. Look at this example, 1100 of base 2. Okay, so to convert this into decimal number, let us take down the number separately here. 1100, I'm writing it wider, a bit wider. 111 of base 2. Okay, so how many digits are there? 7. 7 means you have to start with the 2 power 6 as positional value. Okay, 2 power 6, 2 power 5, 2 power 4, 2 power 3, 2 square, 2 power 1, and 2 power 0. These are the positional values of the corresponding binary number. Now, multiply the positional values with the corresponding digit available at the position. It means that 1 into 2 power 6 plus 1 into 2 power 5 plus 0 into 2 power 4 does not return anything, plus 0 into 2 power 3 will not return anything. This is 1 into 2 square plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 power 0. So we know that 2 power 6 is going to be 64 plus 2 power 5 is 32 plus 2 square is 4 plus 2 power 1 is 2 plus 2 power 0 is 1. So this is the equivalent value in decimal number. What is it? 7 plus 32, 39, 43, 103. So the equivalent decimal number is 103 of base 10. Okay, so this is how you can convert. Remember the process of converting a binary number into decimal. It is going to be starting at the leftmost bit. We start at 2 power. Why it is taken 2 power here? Because this is binary number system with base 2. So it depends on the number system which we are using, in which the number is represented, and based on the number system, The positional values begin with 2 power number of digits in the number minus 1, because it has 7 bits over here. 7 minus 1 is the starting one. 2 power 6 it starts with, and it ends with 2 power 0. Okay, so that is how we calculate, and the resultant value is 103. Right now, we will try to design an algorithm for converting a binary number into decimal, because the fundamental conversions that we should understand is binary to decimal and decimal to binary. So I will explain the algorithms for these two conversions also. For the remaining conversions, I will explain it theoretically, but we don't design any algorithm because they are not that important. So let us have a look into this algorithm, which converts a given binary number into decimal number. Okay. So we'll start with reading the string of bits, that is the binary number. So we'll ask enter a string of bits, or you can ask enter the binary number. Okay. So user will enter a binary number. Let us have a look at this. Say it is 1111. The binary number should be a string of zeros and ones only. Okay. Right. Now we want to convert this stream of bits into decimal number. So we initialize that decimal to 0 at the beginning. Okay, so decimal is equals to 0. Then how do you convert this binary number into decimal number? We will take down the corresponding binary string like this, and we will start at the leftmost bit, which gets multiplied with an exponent equal to number of bits minus 1. How many bits are there? 4 bits. Therefore, we take that positional value as 2 power 3. Right? So we start at 2 power 3. Therefore, you should understand how many bits are there in the given binary number. So that is the reason why I'm calculating the number of bits. Len of bit string returns the number of bits, and because I need it one less than the bits number of bits, I'll take a minus 1. Okay, so len of bit string returns the number of bits, that is 4, minus 1 is equals to 3. So I'll start the exponent at 3 now for our example. Right? Okay, so for each digit in bit string, that means we consider 1 bit at a time. Okay, 1 bit at a time from the bit string, and we move from left to right. We will calculate the decimal equivalent as decimal is equals to decimal plus int of digit. Digit is a string actually. Now we convert it into 1. Int of digit converts it into 1 into 2 power exponent. So you should understand this as this is the operation. It's going to be evaluated first. 2 power exponent. What is the initial exponent value? It is 3 in our example. Okay. So len of bit string is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So exponent started with 3. So 2 power 3 it takes. It is going to be 1 into 2 power 3. Initially it is 0. Okay. So 0 plus 1 into 2 power 3 makes it 8. So decimal is now 8. Okay. This is decimal. Let us calculate the value. This is decimal. Okay. Now exponent has to be reduced for the next digit. Okay. When it goes here, 2 square it must be. So exponent is equal to exponent minus 1. Right? Initially it is 3. Now it is 2. Again, it considers the second bit using this for loop, and it multiplies it with 2 square. Okay. 2 square is multiplied with the bit, and it adds to the existing decimal number. It is already 8 plus 2 square, that is 12. Now it becomes 12. Okay. So 8 plus 4 becomes 12. So in third iteration, for this bit, it multiplies the bit with 2 power 1, resulting it in 2. So this is added to 12, the existing value, which becomes 14. Okay. Now the value of decimal number is 14. And finally, it picks up this bit, which multiplies with 2 power 0. Okay. And adds it up to the decimal number. This is going to be 1. So the final result is 15. Once all the bits are completed, the for loop ends. Okay, this loop ends when all the bits are completed. Now, once the loop is completed, it comes over here to print this message. The integer value is comma decimal. So what is the value in decimal? It is 15. It gets printed. Okay, so that is how it works, right? So it's a simple algorithm. If you understand how to do it manually, then you will definitely understand this algorithm very easily. So you practice how to convert a binary number manually first. Then the other important conversion we should understand is converting decimal numbers into binary. Okay, so how do we convert decimal numbers into binary? We know that decimal numbers are converted by repeatedly dividing the given decimal number by 2 and taking the reminders in reverse order. So we know this process. Now let us calculate the binary equivalent of a given decimal number 57 here. What you need to do is take that 57 and then divide that number with 2. Okay, so how it goes, 2/28 is 56, the remainder is 1. I'll write down the remainder over here. Again repeat the process, divide and take the remainder with 2. 2/14, it completely divides it, therefore the remainder is 0. Repeat the process until you get 0 as quotient. So it goes with 2 sevens, again the remainder is 0. Now repeat the process, divide it by 2, it goes with 2 threes. This time the remainder is 1. Okay, now repeat the process, 2 ones and the remainder is 1. And finally you divide it by 2. This time it goes with 0 only, the quotient is 0. Now the remainder becomes 1, whatever is left. And the equivalent binary number must be taken like this, in this order. Therefore it is 111,001. So the answer for this is 111,001 of base 2. Okay, so that is how you can convert a given decimal number into a binary number, right? So what you need to understand is while taking these reminders, you should take them from bottom to up direction. Okay, don't take in this direction. This is not correct. This is not correct. Okay, so it is important to take the reminders from bottom to up direction. While designing a program for this, you should know how to get this in bottom to up direction. It's very simple. Starting with the initial empty string, you can add this number, you can concat this number at the end, and then whenever you get a new reminder, this will be added at the beginning. Okay, at the beginning. So just concat this digits at the beginning, not at the end, so that you will get the entire number in reverse order. Okay, it's an easy process. I will show you the algorithm how it can be done now. So this algorithm converts a given decimal number into a binary number. Initially, I am asking the user to enter a decimal number. Okay, by looking into this message, user enters a number, but unfortunately input function takes it as a string. We need to convert it into an integer by using this typecasting int of. Okay, so now the number is stored into decimal. If it is equals to 0, we can directly print 0 because anyhow the number is the binary number itself. Okay, right. In else part, we need to convert the decimal number into a sequence of zeros and ones. And the method we are using is quotient reminder binary. There is actually no need to print this. So please strike it off. If you want to print the quotients, reminders, and binary in every iteration, then you print this message. Otherwise, you don't require this. So I'm just striking it off. So bit string is equals to empty at the beginning. Then the condition is while decimal is greater than 0, reminder is equals to decimal percentile 2. This will give us the reminder. Okay. Try to recollect how I did that in previous slide, how I converted 57 into the binary number. So I divided the decimal number by 2 and I took the remainder. Okay. So that is what I'm doing. Calculated the remainder. Then the remaining decimal number is going to be an integer quotient. So decimal is equal to decimal integer division by 2. You should understand this. Otherwise, a float value will be generated. Use 2 slashes to get the integer quotient. So now the decimal number is updated. Why I'm taking it? Initially, it is 57. After dividing it by 2, you get an integer quotient 28. Okay, and a reminder 1. So I cut this reminder into reminder. Okay, so this is reminder. Now this 28 is going to be my next number. So decimal is equal to decimal by 2 becomes this becomes the next number for division operation. Okay, and then because I need to concat this with the output binary string, which is initially empty, which string is initially empty, str of reminder, I'm converting this reminder into a string plus the original bit string, because initially it is empty, now it is added up, it contains only 1. Okay, bit string is going to be 1. Then it goes back to the starting of the while loop. Decimal is greater than 0. Yes, it is greater than 0. Okay, therefore it continues the same process. So it divides the number with 2. This is the remaining number now, and again the process is going to be same. It will be repeated. The remainder is 0 now, and bit string is str of reminder plus bit string. What is str of reminder? It is 0 plus bit string is 1. So it concatenates like this 0 1. So you can observe this fact that you are getting it in reverse order. Okay, from bottom to up direction. So that is how it performs. Once the decimal value equals 0, that is you get the quotient as 0 in the process. When you get quotient as 0, then the process stops. Okay, and you will get the entire bit string. You will display it using this print statement. Whenever this decimal is equal to 0, it comes over here to print the binary representation is bit string. Okay, so that is how it works. Now let us run these programs with our IDLE now. Okay. So I'll start with the previous program. Let us copy this. The program for converting a binary number into decimal number. I will open IDLE here. Because the program contains number of lines, I'll open a new file and paste the program into this. Save it. Let us save it on desktop. I'm giving the name 1. Okay, now it is saved with 1.py. I'm running the module. It is asking enter a string of bits. So it is asking for the binary number. Okay, let us give 1010. That should be equal to 10, right? We all know it. The integer value is 10. It is saying. So it is working fine. The program is working fine. Now let us take that second example program also, which does the reverse process, that is conversion of a decimal number into binary. Okay, so I'm copying this program and open this. Again, a new file. Let us paste the program into this, save it. I'm saving it on desktop. I'll call that program as 2.py. Okay, to save. So now it is saved as 2.py. Let us run the program. It is asking a decimal integer. This time I will give 10. It should produce 1010, right? Right. The binary representation is 1010. You can remove that. Actually, quotient reminder binary is not necessary there. Let us open that program. This print statement is not compulsory here because I am not displaying that part of quotient reminder binary in each iteration. I'll just comment it. We don't need that. Now run this program with another value. Let us say I'll take 57 as we took it for solving it in our example. So I'm taking it as 57. You can see the output here, 111001, which is what the exact output we got. Okay. So this is how we can convert the decimal numbers into binary numbers and also binary numbers into decimal numbers. Okay. So I hope you understood the process of converting decimal numbers into binary numbers as well as binary numbers into decimal numbers. There are other conversions also. I think I should stop it here. I will explain the remaining conversion process in the next class. Okay. So thank you all for your patient listening. Try to convert more numbers by taking examples in your own. Okay. Try to solve the problem. Examples for converting from decimal to binary as well as binary to decimal. Okay. So thank you all. See you again in the next lecture. Thank you.